Here's a riddle. How is a truck like a tequila? Soon that answer will be they are both made, at least partially, from agave. Ford Motor Company has a new partnership with tequila brand Jose Cuervo to turn agave plant fibers into a new kind of bioplastic material for vehicles. Here to explain how this all works is Ford's Senior Technical Leader for Materials Sustainability, Debbie Mielewski. Debbie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for inviting us in.
Can you give us a primer on this process? How does it work exactly?
So my job is to replace all the 400 pounds of petroleum-based plastic on our vehicles with greener, more sustainable materials. And so Jose Cuervo harvests an enormous amount of agave to make tequila, to make sweeteners. And we are taking the fiber, which is left over. Here it is.
Let's see. So this is what's left over after they've used the part that makes the tequila.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
And there's many, many pounds that people don't know what to do with. And so we're going to take that fiber. We've been experimenting, compounding it with plastic and making car parts out of it.
What sorts of car parts would this material be used for?
So we haven't quite isolated. We're still in the research phase. We're looking at mechanical properties and deciding where it would fit. But it could certainly pass properties for storage bins, for things like trim on the car. And when it's in a plastic, it's actually quite beautiful. So we may show it off visually.
Interesting. This is a plastic form? Is this the plastic form of the agave fibers?
Yeah, and you can see the fiber in there. And we think that certain customers may want to actually see that they're being green.
Yes, because you can see the sort of the natural element of it. Fascinating. Now, this particular project, the Agave project, is still in its beginning stages. But this is something you've been working with Ford on for 30 years, correct? You have a PhD in chemical engineering. This is what you do. Tell us about some of the other biofibers that you have helped create.
So some of them are resins, some of them are fibers, but all of them have advantages. So natural fibers are lighter in weight, so they improve fuel economy. A lot of these materials are waste products. They're grown in excess. Why not utilize them? When you use a plant instead of petroleum, the plant absorbs CO2 while it's growing.
Right.
And so this is good for greenhouse gas emissions to reduce their carbon dioxide footprint.
It's fantastic. All car companies should be doing this.
We should all be, not even just car companies,
right,
every industry.
Yes.
So for instance, we started with putting soybeans into the foam in our vehicles. We launched it in 2008 on the Ford Mustang, and now it's in every single Ford North American built vehicle for seat cushions, backs, and headrests.
That's fantastic. And what are some of the other products you guys have created?
So yes, we have put cellulose into our cars from tree fiber for armrests, so that's a structural component. We're replacing glass fiber, which is very dense, so that's a lightweight alternative. And we're looking at fascinating materials like this is tomato fiber from Heinz. We've been working with them to utilize the tomato fiber after the billions of pounds of ketchup are produced. What do you do with that fiber? We've been able to put it into plastics and it reinforces them and it smells a little bit like pizza.
Fascinating. So do you look at a range of industries to see what are the natural waste products this industry may be creating that could be useful?
So it's with other industries. We've worked with Coca-Cola, we've worked with Nike, Procter & Gamble, but it's also with different regions of the world. And so in Canada, it's too cold to compost wheat straw. And so the farmers burn it. There we've been able to incorporate wheat straw as a reinforcement in the Ford Flex, which is made in Canada. In the Jose Cuervo example, that would be potentially a fiber that would be utilized for our Mexican assembly plants.
Fantastic. And what is this fiber here? Or what is this?
So this is shredded money. And
why did you shred it?
So believe it or not, we take thousands of pounds out of circulation each and every week in this country. The bills get too old to be utilized, and so the government takes them out of circulation, they shred them, and they either landfill or burn them. We are able to put it into plastic, and it's not in production yet, but we hope to make the coin tray out of
the coin
money.
Tray.
Yes.
Hey, it makes a whole new meaning to the phrase, show me the money, right? Wow,
exactly.
That's incredible. This is made out of shredded money. Look at that. It's fantastic that you're exploring all the uses for these byproducts that would just go into landfills. Now, we will never look at Ford vehicles quite the same way again now that we know about that. Debbie Mielewski, thank you so much for coming to see us today.
Thank you.